your brain is fucked. Not because you're lazy, not because you lack discipline, but because there's too much going on. It's overstimulated. If you struggle to focus, you reach for your phone mindlessly, and silence makes you uncomfortable. That's not a personality flaw, my friend. That's a dopamine problem. I used to think that dopamine was just pleasure. It was what made us feel good. Until I heard what Andrew Huberman said in this one podcast, where he says, dopamine is not the pursuit of pleasure, but the pleasure of pursuit. What he means by that is dopamine isn't the reward at the end, it's the feeling you get while chasing something meaningful. Dopamine is highest when you're moving towards a goal, not when you finally get it. That's why building something feels exciting, but once you get it, the excitement begins to fade. Chasing knowledge, fitness, skills, and financial freedom, those pursuits give you sustainable dopamine because they require effort, patience, and progress. Whereas mindlessly scrolling on your phone rewards you without any pursuit. That's why your brain gets an instant dopamine rush, but it doesn't become anything. Your brain does not know the difference between meaningful progress and meaningless stimulation. It just knows dopamine. When dopamine is tied to effort, discipline feels natural. But when dopamine is tied to shortcuts, discipline feels impossible. That's why dopamine detox is not to get rid of pleasure. It's to retrain the brain to enjoy the chase again. Every time you scroll, every notification, every short video, your dopamine spikes. But it's not just your phone. It's constant stimulation everywhere. Ultra-processed foods, endless entertainment, junk information, even non-stop music just to avoid silence. It all spikes your dopamine. Now what happens when dopamine spikes? Well, when dopamine spikes too often, your brain starts to adapt. So your baseline drops. And this means the same things that felt rewarding don't anymore. Work feels harder, focus feels painful, and progress feels so slow. Now here's a part that most people don't know, and that's that very high dopamine today means lower motivation tomorrow. And that's not just mindset, that's just the truth and how it works. After hours of stimulation, your brain doesn't want effort anymore. Not because you're lazy, but because your reward system is exhausted. Your brain gets trained to expect reward without any effort. And when effort is required, it resists. Your brain has become like a spoiled, bratty child who thinks they can get whatever, whenever they want. And that's how discipline dies. And you need to change that now. I don't want a brain that avoids effort. I want a brain that enjoys the process again. So from today, I'm starting a dopamine detox. Not forever. I'm not going monk mode on you guys, but for 2 weeks. 2 weeks to reset my dopamine baseline and to retrain my motivation system. Now for this 2-week dopamine detox, I have 5 main rules, and I will go through them in just a minute. All I ask from you guys is that you join me as well. This is not just a channel for you to watch my journey, but I hope to motivate you guys to start and do something with yourself as well. So I would love if you join as well and give me feedback in the comments. Rule number 1, no artificial dopamine loops, which mean no TikTok, no shorts, no reels. Posting is allowed, consuming is not. Short form content delivers fast and unpredictable dopamine, and that's the most addictive reinforcement pattern the brain has. Rule number 2, no passive consumption to escape boredom. What does this mean? Good question. This means no mindless YouTube, no random Netflix, no background noise just to escape the silence. Now imagine this. You got your nice meal in front of you, everything's ready, you got your fork, spoon, glass of water, Fanta, Sprite, whatever you drink, and you're ready to eat, but wait, you need a YouTube video. So you grab your phone, you look for a nice video, whatever, you play this, put it there. Amazing. Perfect combo. Wrong. Not perfect combo. When you're having your meal, these moments are supposed to be moments of presence. You see and you're really involved in what you're actually eating, and you let your brain have silence. When your brain can never get silence, it can never recalibrate. Rule number 3, mornings equal no stimulation. So no stimulation first thing you get up in the morning. No phone, no random dopamine hits. Why? Because your brain is most plastic in the first hour of waking. So what you do then is what sets your motivation baseline for the rest of the day. Rule number 4, food is fuel, not entertainment. So no junk food and no eating for stimulation or because you're bored, right? Highly palatable food spikes dopamine the same way scrolling does. It's fast dopamine, fast reward with no effort. Rule number 5, what stays? The gym stays. Walking is amazing. Walking stays. Reading stays. And if you are anything like me and you either don't read much, haven't read much, or just don't read in general, reading starts. Replace your phone with a book and just read. And obviously, work stays. So anything that requires effort stays. Effortful dopamine stays. Cheap dopamine, get the fuck out. Now it's important to know what to expect, especially the first few days. And luckily I do. I know that the first few days are going to be extremely boring. You're going to feel restless, you're going to feel uncomfortable, but this isn't withdrawal. This is just your dopamine baseline rising back to normal again. The discomfort isn't damage, it's recovery. When you get a wound, it's uncomfortable, it may be itchy, you might want to pick at it, but it's just recovery. And the recovery might be more painful and more time consuming than what actually caused it. This isn't about suffering, this is about control. When dopamine is earned through effort, discipline stops feeling so forced and you can actually get shit done. In 1 week, I'll come back and break down what happened mentally and maybe physically as well. And after the 2 weeks, I may continue and I may just stick to the 2 weeks. We'll see how things are going. But after the 2 weeks, I'm not going to be going back. The dopamine detox is a hard reset. So what comes after is a more thoughtful, more focused and intentional way of living. If focus feels impossible right now, try it for a week. You don't have to change your life, just remove the noise. And next week, we'll catch up together as well. If you've made it this far into the video, I want to say thank you. And before I finish this video off, I also wanted to thank you guys for the first 10 subscribers of this channel. I know it's nothing huge, but I really do appreciate it more than you know. That's it for today's video, guys. Starting tomorrow, dopamine detox. I hope you guys join me and act like the man you want to become. I'll see you guys in the next one.